for listeners who don't know Dr. Tom Van Flandern, he was an astronomer with the U.S. Naval Observatory for many years here in the United States. And he came gradually to reject the standard astronomical theory for the origin of comets in the Oort cloud, supposed Oort cloud, that exists beyond the orbit of Pluto. And essentially what he concluded was that the asteroid belt shows all the signs of having been the remnants of an exploded planet. And in doing this, he kind of revives an astronomical theory that was quite popular in the early 19th century, and he fleshes it out a bit more by examining the geological evidence of asteroids and so on and so forth, and running a statistical computation of the origin of comets. And he discovered that if you do that, the orbits of various comets that he plots in his calculations. If we go back and look at some of the ancient Sumerian texts or Vedic texts in the Hindu tradition, those dates also pop out as being dates where a significant catastrophe happened.
Universals are stories that are not true, but they are believable. Singulars are events that have happened in history. Aristotle on the Poetics. Star Wars, Superman, and Thor have ties to our past, either in science, myth, or hieroglyphics. Was what they called a god just an alien inside of a spaceship? Our future is a universal until it becomes our past, when it becomes a singular. There are an infinite number of paths we can take in our future. Where did we get our universal path from? Our parents? From our friends and neighbors? Movie stars? Rappers? If so, do we have the willpower to walk away from them and adopt new ones from a better source? If you model someone, you can't just model their skills to get ahead, but also you must model their complete lifestyle, perhaps leaving out what is bad, for example, alcoholism. Aristotle said that we rule the planet because we are the most imitative creatures on the planet, and that we first learn by imitating. So can we not pick someone or a set of similar people to imitate or benchmark our lives from, or someone to pick? Not everyone has to start when they're 2 years old, like Mozart started when he was 2, followed his father. Serena and Venus Williams started when they were 2, followed their father's guidance. Both Amadeus, Mozart, Serena and Venus went to the top, beat everyone. Tiger Woods started when he was 2, thanks to his father, followed under his guidance, and became the best. Is that a coincidence? Or did they follow a universal that became a singular that they were happy with and would not regret? Now they are singulars. Perhaps the universals we choose are from places that are on lower levels. Never give in to a lower evil, because an even lower one will eventually slink in right behind it. Excellent examples, perhaps not in our house or our neighborhood, but with the internet and information, we can pick a universal that is a good path, sacrificing screen time, pleasure time, and friends. When we are young, we are told what to do. Sometimes we can choose what to do. But if we don't prepare, life is really a struggle. Capitalism can hurt you or help you, depending on the path, the universal that you choose. It can determine your life. If you enter through the gate of pleasure, you will leave by the one of sorrow, and the reverse. Pain is sorrow. Discipline is pain. You must discipline yourself to work hard now. And when older and less functional, you will be able to live off of the rewards of your earlier work and have pleasure. This is the natural order of things. But things have become backwards in our society. We've been taught to have fun when we're kids and worry about the rest when we get older. Look at the country. People want subsidies, and people want a way out, not understanding the element of timing. Living in cars has become such a commonplace in this country. Homeless is given. Campers, RVs. But when we're kids, thinking about what we want to do in the future is often like a game. And most of us don't give our kids a skill. We expect schools and colleges to teach them everything they need to know to be successful. So these patterns of human behavior throughout history, thousands of years, can be copied. A good work ethic, starting when you're young, not doing what is wrong, staying away from evil patterns, not giving in to a lesser evil. That is a strategy for life. Just like the movies are more believable because they are related to things that did happen in the past, which are singulars, your life will be more realistic as well if you tie your strategy to the patterns of people who are successful and their lifestyle. Those universals will become your singular, and it will be one that you will not regret. After all, regret is the most powerful force in the universe. The Art of War says anger can change to joy, wrath can revert to delight, but a nation destroyed cannot be reverted to existence. I'm Austin with The Art of War Made Easy.
What do you want to be when you grow up, Maxwell?
Paleontologist.
Very good.
Mom, I want to be a doctor.
One of the final things that he proposes, and he kind of leaves it hanging in the air, he doesn't even explore it any further, he just mentions deliberate action, or in other words, a war. That really set me on the path of examining some of the ancient Sumerian and Egyptian texts because, of course, they're full of all of these references to wars of the gods and the technologies by which they were fought.